that this video is gonna make you way more money than any other video on YouTube. If you are willing to invest a small part of your time and your dedication and attention, and you will have the dedication to watch this to the end, you will be ahead of 99% of the other crypto investors out there. Why listen to me? I started with zero, less than zero actually. I was in debt and I made more than $500,000 in the bear market. Now it's time to see what we can do in the bull market. This video is gonna be probably the most needed one out there. So, of course, you see the title, right? Top 10 altcoins or whatever the fuck I made from it. Well, that's the problem. Because you do not want that, all right? Now let me show you something really interesting. Where this started, and I'm gonna give you the advice that I think is useful to not only change your complete financial situation over the coming 2 years, but also to make you smart enough to handle it whenever the market goes down or sideways. You want to have the information. You do not want to look for the information on YouTube. You want to be that information source. So where did this start? Tomorrow I hope, but this morning I woke up and I saw that I was nominated for the best content creator 2023 and I'm number 5. So hip hip hooray, that's freaking awesome, right? Best content creator number 5 on the list. So thanks guys for all the support, I guess. So I said this in the Telegram group and there was a community member and he said what the average investor might think. He said, well, if you stop talking about the market and talk more about specific coins, then you would have been number 1. In my honest opinion, a YouTuber that only talks about coins should not even be in the list. Let me show you something, and that's the mistake people make, but let me show you something. So I tweeted this, right? It was a good source of inspiration because it showed exactly how the average investor thinks. If you come to my channel / community to find the best altcoins, you're looking at the wrong place. Simply because, apart from IDOs, it does not matter which altcoins you will buy in a bull market. Okay, it does not matter. And I'm going to show you. Of course, it matters like if they go up by that much or that much, but I will get back to that. As long as it's not absolute trash, you will make money by buying pretty much anything. I don't know if you were around in 2021, you could really open your Binance account and just scroll, click, buy, blap, you're in profit. You don't need any brain cell for that, let alone a YouTuber that he says he has some brain cells. Right? That's not how it works. You can just buy shit, all right? I'm not trying to be that type of influencer that calls altcoins in a bull market and then takes the credit because they went up, because everything does. Again, I can tell you like, hey guys, and yeah, sometimes I do. I talk about the altcoins that I like, but it's not the way to make money. Okay, so stop searching on YouTube for that bull crap, right? That's not the way to make money. But I'm not gonna like, hey guys, this coin is gonna do fantastic, and then the bull market comes and everything does fantastic, and I'll be like, you see, I told you, I'm fucking smart, you should follow me. Fuck off. All these influencers are doing that, right? And they make money with it, right? It's terrible. This requires zero skill, okay? Now, of course, one is better than the other. But stop searching on YouTube for top 10 altcoins to buy now type of content. And again, like if we do look at the crypto market, if my trading view decides to work with me, yes, you can see that, yeah, one altcoin does better than the other, right? If we, for example, take a look at Ronin chain, hey, it's a good project, right? And in the right market conditions, this thing goes up. it did from the bottom until where we are right now, a 13x, right? If you look at crap coins, like this one, for example, X, yeah, from the bottom until where we are right now, it did like 2.5x, let alone in a bear market where it got absolutely washed out. So of course, there's difference between quality and crap. But more than 90% of the coins in a bull market do fantastic, and they don't need a narrative, right? It's just because there is liquidity and people just spend money on every fucking thing they see. Again, it doesn't require skill at all, and therefore it's safe to just buy them through Binance or something, because Binance usually doesn't list crap, right? Of course they can list something that doesn't turn out to be that well, but overall they did their research for you also, right? So you don't need to look on YouTube for the best top 10 altcoins to buy right now. Instead, learn how to apply strategies, work on a plan, study the cycle, and apply to DCA in and out of the market. You know, the hard stuff, the stuff that doesn't get handed to you. And this is where 90% of the people already give up, because it requires work. And we for sure don't want to work for money, do we? Right? It's crypto. What the fuck? Do I need to put effort into this? I thought it was crypto. Yeah, bro. Unfortunately, you need to do something. Right now, I'm not saying that, hey, it's a bull market, so, you know, you don't have to do your research on any altcoin and just blindly buy shit. But overall, like I said, good quality projects in a bull market do very fantastic. And we for sure don't need YouTubers to give a list with, these are the top 10 best altcoins. I'm going to show you what I am looking for, okay? But we do not need YouTubers to give their list with the top 10 altcoins, right? For one very simple reason, like I said, every coin does well in a bull market. And two, if you're getting that information publicly on YouTube, just like everybody else, then are you really early in crypto? Like, that's the point, right? You want to be early in crypto because you want to get in on a low price so that when people get in for a higher price, your bag is already up and you can dump on them. But if you get that information publicly on YouTube, then everybody gets the same entry. Guess who's dumping on you then? That YouTuber. You're not the winner here. Please, don't fall for that. Unfortunately, it's how it works. If you fill in on YouTube, these are the top 10 altcoins, you will come across so many videos that are getting posted like regularly, right? Like all these videos right here, top 10 altcoins, and they get a lot of views. However, if you search for the best crypto strategy, unfortunately, there are some videos here and there, but not that much, right? This guy is really good, by the way. But unfortunately, you do not see these same YouTubers, right? Because these YouTubers do not know how to apply this strategy, or they don't want to learn you, right? They don't want to teach you. And I, as a content creator, get it, because I tested this myself, right? I made a video where I spoke completely about my strategy. It was how, and I will talk a little bit about that in this video as well, but that was so in depth about my strategy on how you actually learn about the market. So you find these coins yourself, and how to buy, when to buy, how to sell, when to sell, what to do, when what happens, everything you need to know. That video got like 1,000 views, right? And I said in that video, you know, I dare to bet that if I tomorrow drop a video with like the 10 best altcoins, get a lot more views. So I did that and it got a lot more views, right? It's unfortunately how it works. But I can tell you, it is way more important to buy at the right time than to buy the right coin. Okay, I can guarantee you that. And if you disagree with me, that's fine, but I know that that's the case, all right? This is not something that I think is best. No, it is. It's a fact. I know. It is true, right? And there are a lot of charts showing that, by the way, right? If you get into a crap coin with no utility that does nothing, which is fucked up, but you nail the timing, you make money, right? The problem is that if you get into a crap coin that does nothing with no utility, etc., and you do it at the wrong time, you get wrecked way harder. And I know I'm stepping on some toes right here, but again, this is a great example, right? If we do take a look at Hex, for example, is it a good coin, right? Has it an amazing utility? Fuck off, like, of course not. And this chart doesn't take it all the way back, but Hex, it went up like crazy. Because the timing was perfect. Not because it's a good product. It is not even a product. It's nothing. It's a big ass scam. It's a big Ponzi. But it doesn't matter. Because if you nail the timing, then it's great. And people made a lot of money with it. But on the other hand, if you get into this at the wrong time, you get wrecked for 99.2%. Right? And to put it in perspective, that's like Bitcoin going from the all-time high to like $500. All right, we went to 15,000. Well, that's how bad Hex was, for example, and a lot of other projects like that Xen project, or these projects that don't do shit. Right? Now it's the other way around as well. If you get into a good quality project at the wrong time, you can also get wrecked. Like if you get into AVAX, right? This is a good project. People use this. This has a revenue fee. This has actual utilities, right? But if you get in it into the wrong time, yeah, you also get wrecked 94%. And just to put it in perspective, like you might feel like, yeah, well, 99, 94, tomato, 94%. This was to $8.50. If it would have gone down 99%, then it would have been worth $1. All right, so 8 times as low. So that's a big difference because you take that 99 or 94% from this amount and not from this amount. Anyway, I hope you understand that though. So that's the problem. People, they just feel like, man, you know what? I just want to know what coins I need to buy. Well, one, it doesn't matter. And two, even if you know what coins to buy, do you have the information and the skills to know how to buy them, when to buy them, how to hold them, when to sell them, how to sell them? I don't know. That's the hard part. And that's really not that easy. It's really not as easy as just, looking at a chart and be like, yo, you know what? There's a line here, so I'm gonna just buy here, right? Or whatever. I just DCA right here and just hodl, right? It's too easy. And believe me, crypto is fucking easy if you know how to do it, right? So what's most important if you want to make money with altcoins, if you ask me, right? Okay, feel free to disagree. I don't know everything, of course, definitely not, right? But I have learned a lot over the last 11 years. And what I do know, that if you want to make money with altcoins, the first thing you need to do is stop looking at these altcoins. Right? If you feel like, yeah, I hear a lot of positive things about Fomo Forge. Good project. Great. Then fuck off with this chart. You do not need this chart first. What you need is the Bitcoin chart. Right? Because it is very simple. Altcoins, they outperform Bitcoin in a bull market and they underperform Bitcoin in a bear market. So if we are in a bull market, usually collectively altcoins go up harder than Bitcoin, but in a bear market, they get wrecked harder than Bitcoin. So that's the first lesson you need to know. In the bear market, stay the fuck away from altcoins if you are in crypto in the first place. But you want to know how it's moving. Altcoins are following Bitcoin, right? Not to the minute, but overall, hey, Bitcoin is going up right here. Altcoins are going up right there, right? But the moves are usually bigger. So you want to know what Bitcoin is going to do. Because then if you know that, then you know what altcoins are going to do. You cannot look at specific altcoins and be like, wow, there's news about this altcoin, so it's gonna do this. No, you already know about the news, so everybody else does as well. What the fuck does it matter? Then whatever is going to happen has already happened, right? That's already priced in. if unless you have some inside information on something, right? But still, that could cause a pump and a dump. That could happen, right? It is like a lot of altcoins, they have great news, but at the end of the day, they follow the market, and Bitcoin is the market, and above that, the S&P and the macro is the market. Okay, again, also maybe pretty controversial, but news does not matter, right? One example is this. This is the best example I can give you, I think. XRP. Right now, XRP is a coin that it's a good stable coin, right? And sorry for everybody holding XRP, but you're wasting your time with this, okay? But XRP didn't move because of the lawsuit. At least that's what people said. Wait until the lawsuit is over with the SEC, and this was going on for years, and it was like the highest anticipated event in crypto. Well, if the lawsuit is over, S&P or XRP will show its true strength. Yeah, well, its true strength is also just sideways, right? What happened when the lawsuit was over? We got a huge pump of like a 2x pump in a matter of like, well, here it's a week because it's a weekly chart, but I bet that it was just in a day or two maybe. I can't really remember what time frame it was. Yeah, just one day, right? We got a pump in a day, and then it stayed there for a while, and it started to slowly fade again. And then we got that big dump, and now it's just like sideways since August. Right, so August, September, October, November, December, January. So it's now already sideways for half a year. While a lot of things are going up, by the way. So even with this huge news, nothing changed. So my point is that even if there is some type of news for a specific altcoin, even if there's such a big event as XRP had, it doesn't matter. Right? Overall, it doesn't matter because altcoins are following what Bitcoin does, right? So therefore, take your eyes off these altcoins and just look at Bitcoin first. And therefore, what do you need to know? Well, we can take a look at the macro really, and we can take a look like, hey, there's a potential recession coming up and there's a war going on. On the other hand, we had the ETFs and we have mass adoption and whatever. All in all, look what Bitcoin is doing, right? Look what Bitcoin is doing. Every cycle, well, let me show you this, like this. White lines are the halving, right? What does Bitcoin do before the halving? We go up from the bottom, we go down, we have the halving, and we really go parabolic. Here's the halving, so we have our bottom, we go up, we go down, we grind towards the halving, and after the halving we really go parabolic. Last time, we have our bottom, we go up very hard, we go down very hard, we have the halving, a couple months later we go parabolic, right? Now we go up from our bottom, we could go down, we have the halving, and a few months after the halving we go parabolic. There is news here, there was news here, there was news here, and there was news here. All in all, it's quite coincident that the chart is doing the exact same fucking thing every single time on a structural 4-year basis, right? That shows me that news, it could have short-term effects, but over the long term, it's bullshit because Bitcoin moves in a very autistic cycle, right? Also, top, end of 2013, top, end of 2017, top, end of 2021. Getting quite coincidence. Bottom, end of 2014, bottom, end of 2018, bottom, end of 2022. Okay, this is not coincidence anymore, right? This is a very structural cycle, which happens every 4 years. Now, why is it like that? Hey, having elections, you name it. It's how it moves, okay? So if you want to know how to make the most money, you have to understand how this cycle moves. And every time you want to make a move and apply it because it happened here or here. You could be like, yeah, but this time is different. So far, for the last 14 years, this time is not different. So don't try to bet against it for the coming months. That's bullshit. Maybe you turn out to be right, but you're betting a few months against the complete history, 1.5 decade, right? So you're betting really, the odds are not in your favor right there. So therefore, I am moving with the cycle. And if you are in the middle of it, it is fucked up. And that's what's getting people washed out of the market. Because if we look at it on a weekly or even a monthly time frame and we look back, yeah, in hindsight, it's so easy. If you are in the middle of it though, you don't believe this, right? Here in 2019, it was incredible. Bitcoin went all the way from 20K to 3K. People thought it was over. And all of a sudden we got a parabolic move of 4.5x. People said, yeah, bull market back. And a couple of weeks later, we crash all the way down to 6K from 14. People thought, what the fuck? That's like going now from 43 to 21.5. That's the same, right? And then going back from that 6K to 10K, like crazy pump. And then we have that flash crash because of COVID where we go from 10K all the way back to 4K. However, it was all part of the cycle. And up, down, up. Up, down, up. Here, up, maybe down, up. Don't let it scare you if you are in the middle of it. So what you want to do is, again, don't necessarily look for the 10 best altcoins. If you understand how this cycle works, then you're already beating a lot of people, okay? Because a lot of people, they don't know how the cycle works. They just look for the best altcoins. And they were looking for it right here at the top, right? And they saw like, oh yeah, I don't know, Solana, best buy ever, right? Solana's doing great. And they bought it for $120 and it's now sitting at 90, right? You know, small loss in the meantime, whatever, that could happen. Hey, but it could also go way lower, right? And if you know how the cycle works and therefore maybe expect a one last correction, and then buy Solana for like, I don't know, maybe $60, $70, whatever it might be. Yeah, you have a big advantage to the people that bought it $120 because you're already at a 2x at the point that they finally play even. Right now, and then you also want to know, like, okay, so I know a little bit on how to buy, when to buy, you know, about dollar cost averaging and not putting all your money at once into the crypto market, like the simple stuff, right? But then you feel like, okay, when to sell. And that's also where people get wrecked. Because again, they look at their list of altcoins and they be like, okay, let's go back to, what can we take? Ronin, I don't know. Ronin, right? They be like, oh yeah, Fibonacci and this and that, blah, 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 and my skills are so on point and I have the best TA and at the 1.16, 1.618, it's coming in at $6. So once it hits $6, I'm gonna sell. Okay, but what if it hits $6 today? Are you gonna sell today when we have a whole bull market in front of us? Or what if it never hits $6 anyway? You will never sell and ride all the way down again? I don't set price targets for when I'm gonna sell. I set time targets, right? Because again, cycles. If we look at the cycle, what we just saw, Bitcoin tops out end of 2013, end of 2017. End of 2021. There is no single reason a investor with any brain cells could have to say that Bitcoin is not going to top out end of 2021. All right, not one. If you say that, then you're saying this time is different. Everyone that said this time is different so far have gotten wrecked, right? This time wasn't different. This time wasn't different. This time wasn't different. And this time wasn't different. Is this time really going to be different, or does it suit you better if it's going to be different, right? Think about that. Don't plan according to what you want, but first, you know, plan and then adjust what you want according to that, right? So it is, and again, hey, maybe end of 2025, it turned out that we had the top in May 2025. I don't know, right? It could be, of course, different, but it isn't until it is. Okay, so it's like yeah, it's like, again, betting against all odds right there. So I expect the market to top out end of 2025. Okay. Hey, could be a month later, could be 2 months earlier. I don't know. In 2021, it also looked like we were going to have the top in April, but then the market was like, nope, 4-year cycle, November, and then drop, right? So if the market is going to top out end of 2025, I can set price targets for certain altcoins, right? Like Solana, whatever. I'm going to sell all my Solana at, let's say, $260 because that was the all-time high. All right. What if Solana goes to like $260 in August this year? Just saying something, right? Random. You can sell. But we still have a year of a bull market in front of us. That gives Solana room to go up for a year. Right? So therefore, I rather just look at the market and be like, okay, you know what? 2024 is maybe the last investment year. And then heading into 2025, we should go pretty parabolic. And from, Q2 2025, I start dollar costing out of crypto, right? Maybe slow, and then later in Q3 and especially in Q4, I dollar cost way more out of crypto. Because then it doesn't matter what the price is, because at least for some, as far as you know, that the market is likely to top out somewhere there, wherever the price might be then, right? That's my strategy. And I think that's way more important. Then, of course, you can find the best altcoins to do so. But also, when it comes to that, you have to realize, man, you have to realize all the good altcoins. I showed you this before. Wish your altcoins go way back. We had AVAX. When did AVAX top out? End of 2021. We had Trader Joe. Topped out end of 2021. Where Polka started topped out end of 2021. Ultra was a little sooner though. Ultra also end of 2021. We had Superverse. That was in April, and it got that second peak also end of 2021, but it didn't take out this high, right? But a lot of coins also peaked in April because Bitcoin, technically had its peak there also. But as you can see, all these altcoins, they topped out in the same period. See? Exactly the same period. And again, it's not because all these altcoins had such great news going on at the same time there. No, it's because the market just tops out there and these altcoins just go with it because liquidity, right? So all these altcoins, they move the same. Basically, there are always exceptions, right? But overall, they all move the same. Then, if you are looking for the, top 10, whatever the fuck altcoins, you are basically looking for, hey, I'm looking for an altcoin that, is going to do this. Well, that's everything. But is it going to do a 140x or a 50x or a 60x or a... Are you really going to put your, gamble your way into that? It's way better to just find the best strategies and apply those. Right, so that's what I am preaching on this channel. And therefore the clickbaity title. Sorry for that, but I know that people will watch this more than if I would put in the title again, best crypto strategy. Nobody gives a fuck about strategy, but you should. You should, right? I'm not gonna say Sidus is one of the best top 10 altcoins, and you'll be like, oh, he said Sidus, so I'm gonna buy it here at the fucking high. Right? No, that's not how it works, right? You can buy any fucking coin if you have the timing correctly. So now I'm gonna repeat myself, so it's time to wrap up the video, but I hope it was helpful. If you think it was, please like it, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. There is a Patreon link down below where I go way more in depth. You can get exclusive deals on new pre-sales. Like I said, pre-sales are not really included because these coins are not on the open market, so they can't move with the market yet, right? So that's really about being early. And in that case, it doesn't really matter to me what the altcoin is because all these launchpads have refund policies anyway. So that's pretty safe to do. But I'm going to wrap it up right here, guys. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you're gonna make it, man. I really want you to make it. Take care.